morning and welcome to our kids news broadcast here at WECC.
That's right, we bring good news to kids and adults every Sunday at 10:30.
I'm Kristen Mueller.
And I'm Jordan Myers.
And this season we are focusing on the good and beautiful community.
That's right, we're talking about ways that we, as followers of Christ, can share the goodness and love of Jesus in our community.
We're so glad you joined us on our broadcast, as this morning we are talking about reconciling people.
That's right. And reconciling sure is a big word, isn't it, Kristen?
It definitely is. Reconciling. Would you like to explain to our viewers what that means?
I would love to, Kristen. Reconciling is another word for forgiving. And that's definitely a word we use a lot in the church.
It is a word we use a lot at church. Now, we also use that word a lot at home. If you have siblings or cousins or even close friends, you might hear your mom say you're sorry to each other. Now say, I forgive you.
We tend to use that word a lot with our kids, don't we, Kristen? Reconciling or forgiving means we show mercy to another person. We don't treat them as someone who's done something to hurt us, and we don't hold on to our anger, but we show them love instead.
But Jordan, it's important to note that we can't make ourselves forgive someone.
We can't? So who does the forgiving if it's not us that's doing it, Kristen?
I'm so glad you asked. We don't forgive someone out of our own strength and power. We would never have enough strength within ourselves to make ourselves forgive someone else. We forgive out of the forgiveness that God has given to us.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense, Kristen. It's like the Apostle Paul said in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. Be kind and tender to one another. Forgive one another, just as Jesus or God forgave you because of what Christ has done.
Because of what Christ has done. Yes, our forgiveness for other people comes from the forgiveness that Christ has shared with us.
And that brings us to today's on-site reporter who has some words to share with us about forgiveness.
Let's go to the field and hear from our reporter this week.
Hi ECC, I'm Danielle Clark and I'm here in my home this morning reporting on forgiveness. I have two girls and it is rarely calm in this house. We learn every day about forgiveness. Get out of my room! Girls, I'm trying to record a news report.
I'm sorry, we didn't realize.
What are you recording about?
Forgiveness.
Oh.
Can I ask what you guys are fighting about?
She keeps barging into my room without knocking.
I just wanted to show you this YouTube video.
But you won't knock, is the point.
I was just excited to show you it.
Okay. Remember, girls, what have we learned? God forgave us of so many things.
Well, I guess if God can forgive us for so many things, then I guess I can forgive Penny.
I guess I can forgive you too for yelling at me.
And as you can see, ECC, we learn a lot about forgiveness every day. So, back to the studio.
Wow, thanks for that report. It's great to hear how forgiveness can be part of our everyday lives at home.
That's right, Jordan. And that brings us to our challenge for this week. This week we challenge you, the kids of ECC, to think about someone in your life with whom you tend to fight. It might be a sibling or a cousin or a friend or someone at school or in your neighborhood.
It might be easy to get into a fight with them this week, but instead of starting to argue, we challenge you to pause and remember that Christ has forgiven you and given to each one of us that forgiveness.
Picture Jesus forgiving that person. And as you remember that Jesus has forgiven all of us for all of our sins, it might be a little easier to treat that other person with love and forgiveness instead of anger. We'd love to hear your stories, kids, so as you act on this challenge, send us a message at kids@ecclife.net. We look forward to joining you next week as we explore how God is calling us to live as part of
The good and beautiful community.